Cavs fans are livid right now. After they moved to 33-4 on the season, they get a big win, a signature win against the Oklahoma City Thunder the other night, and the topic of discussion the next day has fans angry, not happy, no need for it. We're going to jump into it. Welcome back to Cavs Digest. Billy BB with you, talking Cavaliers basketball. Once again, a back-to-back was no problem for the Cavaliers. Even after a huge game against the Thunder, the next day, Darius Garland had a 40-point performance and took care of business against the Toronto Raptors. Welcome back to the channel. We just hit 1,500 subscribers. I want to thank everybody for that. That was a goal we've had for about 2 weeks. We appreciate that. It's been a 5-month build up to that. And everybody who's watched, shared, liked, commented, continue to do so. We love the people in our comments kind of discussing the Cavs, whether it be hyping them up, asking questions, giving their thoughts. We love it. So as the channel continues to grow, we want that to continue. People discussing, sharing, showing, even leaving what you want us to talk about here on the channel. So again, subscribe, comment below. We appreciate it. Either way. I was at the Oklahoma City Thunder game the other night. Huge win. Place was rocking. And Cavs fans still talking about it into the weekend. There's been another game. They beat the Raptors. And Darius Garland had a 40-point performance. And yet the discussion is still that Thunder game because it was so big. It was so much fun. It was such a signature win. So much to talk about in it. And if you want, you can go back and watch our reaction video to that game. And it's lasted the next few days, right? We're still talking about this game, the performance. The NBA community is still talking about it because it delivered on something the NBA really, really needed, which was a primetime game between the real best teams in the NBA that showed up and showed out. The night before, it was Mavericks-Lakers that did not. LeBron lost to a Kyrie-Luka-less Mavericks. And the next night, the Cavs showed up and showed out against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This game has lasted, the hype lived up, and in the next few days, it has dominated. Now, the issue, and it's a clip, I will say, I watched the original answer, and I can't find it anymore, so you can go back and kind of search for it. And the next day on First Take, obviously you're going to have ESPN talking about the game, Stephen A. Smith, Brian Windhurst jumping into it. And to give them their credit to start off, they did discuss, are the Cavaliers championship contenders? Stephen A. Smith gave a good answer to that. You've got Brian Windhurst, who I think knows how to properly defend the Cavaliers. But Stephen A. Smith, of course, running the show. We know how it is. It's a ratings thing. The question was, on First Take, and you can see the screenshot here, what impact would a Cavs title without LeBron have? That was a question they discussed. They talked about, again, I want to give Windhurst credit because he kind of kept it in perspective, right? He just said, oh, hey, LeBron meant a lot. LeBron did this, did that. This was the reaction. But then he jumped into the Cavaliers. Then he talked about the Cavaliers. This question is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This has nothing to do with the Cavaliers. It is that this is an ESPN couldn't help themselves but to jump back in to a ratings grab talking about LeBron James. And it kind of aggravates me because we did this earlier in the season when the Lakers kind of got back to being mediocre and the Cavs had won 15 in a row, and it was like, oh, could the Cavs trade for LeBron? Could they work something out to get LeBron James? In 2018, I believe LeBron made a basketball decision going to the Lakers. I really do. And I think it was just an added bonus that he could do movies, that he could do TVs, that he could do everything he really wanted, have his kids go to more recognizable high school in Los Angeles. After they won the championship, he started making business and personal decisions. The 2-year contracts he signed, trading for Russell Westbrook, these were no longer basketball decisions. These were, I want to play with somebody interesting. I want to make movies. I want to make TV. I want to make business deals. I want to be in LA overall, whether we're winning or not. After he did that, I accepted that there was no third round of LeBron James. He was not going to sign here, and the Cavaliers could not trade for him, especially after they got Donovan Mitchell. I think that was axed. It was done. And after that, I grew really tired and have grown really tired of any sort of connection there, because I do think it's done. Pending like a 1-year signs later on, and I think it would be really bad for his legacy too to sign later on, and I think it'd be bad for this team's chemistry. This team is built on chemistry. That's what they built this whole thing on. How well knit they are, how much fun they're having, how much they are sharing the ball, passing the ball. That's not LeBron James anymore. He feels the pressure of leading a team. He's felt it for 20 years. And I don't believe he can just get back. So I personally was done with the LeBron discussion. I'd let that go. So the other day, riding high off this terrific Cavaliers win, this statement win, as we said, and the reaction is LeBron and the Cavs, LeBron and championships, Cavaliers championships, LeBron, all of it being meshed back together. Very, very tiring, and you can see the reaction from a lot of the fans. You know, either A, they are drawing it back to LeBron, but it's also Cavs fans themselves. They're tired of it. They don't want to see it anymore. It's not connected. It doesn't make sense. Why would LeBron come back to the Cavs? There's no way in the middle of the season to get it back to him. And you have such a fun team that you don't need to even worry about it, and yet it's still being talked about on national television. Instead of talking about this electric Cavaliers team that, by the way, one of the things they talked about in that video was how Sam Presti won't pull the trigger to build a championship team outside of what he has. Cavs did it, went and got Donovan Mitchell, spent a ton of money on guys like Max Strus and George Niang. Even if you want to say they double down on the guys they have to go another round. I mean, they've done everything you can to kind of say, we want to make this work. We want to go for a championship. So a little aggravating, a little annoying to have these guys jump back to LeBron. I don't blame Windhurst. I think Molly asked it to the two, so I guess I don't necessarily blame Stephen A. Smith. But look, the two things just aren't connected. LeBron left a terrific legacy here, but we're very, very close to 10 years from that title. We're getting to 10 years since they won that championship. They're not connected anymore, and it's sad to say, LeBron's not the same player anymore. He can still go out and get his stats and still make some really impressive plays, but he's proved in the last few years he struggled to work in a system. He struggles to relate to younger players. He struggles to take coaching advice and work with coaches. That's become a huge thing for the Cavaliers, right? How well they've responded to Kenny Atkinson. And you want to go have LeBron go in and try and big league this dude, or the issues he's had with coaching over the years, which he has had. You cannot argue. So I'm just gonna say disappointing, right? Was kind of the big thing. ESPN had such a huge night, and yet they kind of follow up with something like this the next day. Again, I think Cavs fans are tired of it. It has them upset right now. On Cavs Twitter, I've seen this clip shared a lot. That screenshot shared a lot. They're playing so well. They're well coached. They're fun to watch. And it's really, really great. So it's disappointing to see that. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did you hate seeing something like that? Is the first time you've seen it? You hope this kind of stops. And there's no connection to LeBron anymore, right? Drop down in the comments and be sure to subscribe to Cavs Digest.